Hello and welcome to this week's update. Hope everybody's well this week. Hope you've had a good week doing whatever, whether it be your hobby in your shed or working in your house, whatever it may have been. I hope it was a good one. I'm just back. It's Sunday evening. I'm not quite sure what time it is. It's maybe about 7 o'clock on Sunday. Just back from, I did a craft fair today, so I needed to come back, get everything back on shelving because I have a couple of people coming out to view stuff, so I needed to make sure that I got everything back in place and gave a little tidy up to this room, because it's the first time actually there's going to be somebody coming into this room to be viewing things, which is just great, because before I used to have to take it all out of boxes to show people, and that doesn't present it really in its best light. I think this is going to give people the chance to see really what I do, and it's going to be easy for them to touch stuff that I do. Rings are still not here because obviously I still haven't sorted shelving out, and Val, you're probably right, maybe something down here will be quite good. I probably got you on a wider view today. As you can see, still not managed to get to finish the window. It will just get done when it gets done really at this point. Shelving on this side is starting to get it sorted out now. I will probably narrow the view now and pull it in. I just wanted to show you that bit. So so I had to come back, grabbed a quick bit of tea and got some bits sorted here. And the project this week, something I haven't done before, so that will be going up on Wednesday, and this obviously will be going up on Monday, and you should have, cross fingers, another project. Oh no, it's next week. This week is the end of the November ones. This week you'll just get 2. You'll get one Monday, one Wednesday. Next week you'll get 3, Monday, Wednesday and Saturday. And it will be like that right up until after the new year. I shall stop it just after the new year again, but we'll be doing 3 a week for then. Like I say, they will be small projects. I don't have anything really to make. I got, at the craft fair today, there were some orders come in. But I probably won't video that and show you because it's pendant stuff, so it's maybe stuff that you've seen before. I have got some new ring stuff coming up. I started that work this week, so that will be coming up within the next month as well. I've got a couple of ideas there. So we've got that stuff coming up, and there'll be other little ones. It'll probably little stuff coming up at the weekends. But we'll just see what happens. Another holiday soon. I'm almost embarrassed to tell you because you must hear that I'm on holiday all the time, but roughly about every 2 months I have a week's holiday. So I'm on holiday again next week. I'm on nights this week coming, and then I'm off for a week. So I've got lots of little projects that I wanted to do, just testing out, messing about with different stuff. You'll probably see this. I haven't made a video of this. It was just testing out. It's just a bit of MDF board. But I have Mastercast. I don't know how good. Might be glaring off the lights out there. I have Mastercast resin that I'd actually had for quite a while, and obviously this them testing out, ready to do the pictures for in here. So I had this Mastercast, and I've actually had it a couple of years now, and I hadn't really got round to using it because I saved it because it was so expensive to buy that I saved it thinking, oh, save it for something really special, and then it ended up going out of date. And of course, consequently, I found epoxy and stuff since then, which is a lot cheaper. But this Mastercast was still sitting there, so I thought the other night, I'm going to mix a pour up with it, do some testing, And if it doesn't cure correctly or doesn't cure the right colour or something, it doesn't matter, because all I wanted to do was I just wanted to have a go. As I do with a lot of stuff, I just wanted to try it. And I thought, well, the resin's going to get used for nothing else. I'm not going to throw it in the bin just like that. We'll test it out first. If it ends up that it didn't cure at all and it was running everywhere, I'd have thrown it out then. But it cured. I mean, I only poured this last night, and actually on the Mastercast, I think, well, I think it's the same as a lot of them. It's about 7 days before full cure, so it's not on full cure, although it's solid. But it just went. It did really well, actually. I was quite surprised how well it finished, and I was messing about just doing other stuff, pendant stuff. Right, I'm just going to move out the camera here. 2 seconds to get that back. Oh. Right, back now. So I was had a little bit left, and I thought, right, what am I going to do with it? I'm going to end up knackering this mould, because it was part of a mould, as you can see on the back. But I thought I'd better leave it the 7 days before I try to detach this, but I might have to cut it. But then I've got more chopping board to replace it. But anyway, so I was actually thinking about pendants, so I thought, oh, I'll do some swirls in this, and this wouldn't be, I wouldn't use this resin, this Mastercast, for this. Maybe it's for this, but I would have normally have used epoxy. So yeah, so really all I was doing was testing it out, because there might be quite nice pendants if they were cut and shaped. And I also did that one as well. And then finally I poured that one. But yeah, so I was just messing about. I did go to film it, and unfortunately I forgot to press record, which thankfully doesn't happen too often. So so no, I didn't do that, but I do have a black board, because I wanted to try one on white and one on black. So I've got a black one, and I will film this one for you. Like I said, I don't know if you're going to be interested in that, because it's quite different, and there is a lot of videos out there on resin art, and I ain't no expert. I just pour it and blow it and hopefully it comes out quite nice. Like I say, those things are just for personal stuff. It's nothing I'm not an artist, and I don't intend to ever sell anything like that. But I couldn't afford to buy some of them that's out there, because they're expensive to buy, so I shall make my own. And that way I can choose all the colours anyway. And I can go pretty wacky if I want, or I can stay with the colours of the room. Or anyway, that's enough chatting about that. So that's this week's project, which will be Wednesday, and yeah, like I said, just back from the craft fair. What I've been listening to this week in podcasts, I don't know how I didn't find it before, but I just found it now, is Fools with Tools podcast. It's a UK podcast, but it's for, the one thing I like about this podcast is it's just people like me. Just people that have a workshop, they just get excited about making, and they just talk about starting up and what they're doing, and about getting out there on YouTube. And it's not just about YouTube, it's about Instagram, and it's just about people. It's just about people like me that just make, and just sharing their opinions on things. So yeah, I don't have a link from it. I know they're on iTunes. Fools with Tools podcast. I know they're on iTunes, because they say that they're on iTunes, because I'm just on the catching up on them at the minute, because I don't think they've done that many. And I get them on FM Player. That's the one that I have on my phone, so that's what I listen to them on. So yeah, go and check them out. It's definitely worth having a listen. The banter's quite good, but they do swear a lot, so if you get a bit offended by swearing, maybe it's not the best one. But I think I've noticed since the first video to tonight's video, they're trying to curb that. So if it doesn't particularly upset me, it doesn't. In fact, it doesn't bother me at all. But if it does upset you, that just bear it out, because they realise it's an issue. So yeah, I'll leave the name of them down below, but I don't have a link for them. And YouTube, somebody, I don't think I've mentioned this lad before, somebody I watch quite a lot is Casey Martin. He's a young lad in America. In fact, he's just finished college. I think he's just graduated from college. I've been watching him for quite a while. And he didn't put a lot of videos up when he was in college. I think he planned for some to go out. He actually has a business which is the winecountrypens.com. I'll put a link to that below. And he just shows you his castings and bits like that. And I quite enjoy watching him. They're usually quite quick videos, and I just like watching resin being poured anyway. So yeah, I'll put his link in below. Check him out. He's got lots of ideas. He's got a lovely workshop. It's massive. But anyway, so that's really what I've been up to this week. Just finishing the craft fairs. I decided not to do any more. I like to get out and do a couple a year. The one I went to today is at because you can look this place up, the Glen distillery in Muirvord. I'll put the link down below, especially for some of you that don't live around here. You might just quite like to see the place. It's a beautiful place. The setting is great. They've got like a museum that goes round. It's all concrete floors, and it was freezing. That was the only thing. But I don't really think they could have helped it, because it's like it was like an old storage room for the barrels of whiskey. So it's all concrete floors, but now it's like a museum and you can go round bits. But for the Christmas fair, it's all crafters. I didn't even get any photos today, because the setting is quite dark. It's not a bright room, so you don't get the best of photos. So great setting. I go there every year. Brilliant to see. There was somebody especially that I was very aware that she wasn't there last year. I'd seen her the previous 2 or 3 years that I'd been doing it. And then I noticed she wasn't there last year. And isn't it funny, there's always somebody that sort of you connect with, and you think, you know, you look forward to them coming back just to see how they are this year. Not necessarily for them buying, but you know, you just get to know people. And last year I was quite aware of the fact that she wasn't there, and I'd actually looked for her. And anyway, she appeared today, so I was so delighted, and she looked so well. She was unwell last year, and that's why she wasn't there, and I suspected as much. But anyway, so it was really nice to catch up with her. In fact, we spent ages and ages chatting. And yeah, so it was good. So I've seen a lot of familiar faces from the previous years. A lot of crafters that I already know that I'm in touch with anyway. Because within the crafting scene, if you do craft fairs, you'll know, you get to know people. You know their faces and who they are. And you all the banter that goes on amongst crafters as well, because there's always a bit of banter that goes on. So yeah, it was a great day down there, and but that's me finished now for this year. The online sales for Etsy they're really starting to pick up. They're not massive, but they're certainly starting to pick up. I'm getting a few sales every month now, and that's good. Considering still haven't managed to post anything more up. But the plan is by this time next week to almost completely have that updated, ready with Christmas stock, and then I need to concentrate on that a little bit more. The website I will be starting in January, and hopefully within maybe a month of January, sort of into sort of February, maybe March at the latest, I hope to have that up and running. But I will also keep Etsy going now, because it brings in new traffic to there, and while that's happening I can maybe use that to advertise myself through to the website as well as using YouTube and Instagram. So yeah, it's all about just working out different ways to get people engaging with what I'm making as well. But other than that, I am really looking forward to just tinkering about making. I've got a few little experiments going on with pen blanks and stuff, so I should be filming that when it comes up. And yeah, quite a few new ideas. In fact, when I get a new idea for a project, I actually write it on this, it's like a to-do list. And I think I probably have about 10 to 15 projects on there. So I've got lots coming up, and some of it I've never tried before. Also, just down here, but you can't see it, I am stabilising the wood. I'll get some stabilising pieces of wood like this, ready for the metal inlay rings. So that'll definitely be coming up, and I think I have about 30 different rings now, so I need to get cracking. Lots of different sizes on them. So yeah, between me and my dad, because my dad's got some as well, my dad went away and got a load of wood, so I've been stabilising it, getting it stabilised ready for us to use, because it really does need to be stabilised for that, because if not it would become too flimsy and break, because you're getting it down to sort of a mil maybe on the outside, if that, probably. So yeah, so that definitely needs to be stabilised. So yeah, so I've just actually getting that sorted down below. It's actually done, it's just soaking for 24 hours, 48 hours or so, and then I should put it in the oven. But I don't have to worry about that. It can stay in that jar until I'm ready, and it will probably be the end of the week before I get a chance to put it in, not in a normal oven, in a toaster oven out in the shed, where it can smell all on its own out there. I was out in the shed this week, but like I say, it's so cold here. It really is cold. I mean, the hills are completely covered with snow. We've had snow at our level. I don't know, the temperature, it seems to say about 1 Celsius, but honestly it feels like about 5 below most days here. And I'm not taking too well to it at all. But I wasn't the only one. When we were at this craft fair today, everybody was moaning about the cold. That's what us Scots do. We always moan about the cold. Never that happy with the weather. But anyway, really, enough yakking. Going to leave you to get on with your day now. Also, just a quick say, it was really nice to meet up with you this week, Derek. Yeah, it was just really nice to meet up with you, and I cannot wait to get people to start linking into what you're doing, because your slate is looking beautiful, and everybody, you will all find out about that when Derek gets his website and his Facebook and all that sorted out. I shall definitely be linking him in, because he engraves slate and it is absolutely stunning stuff. So yeah, so it was really good, because I first met Derek through YouTube, so just for all the rest of you out there. Anyway, thank you to all the new subscribers that have joined lately as well. The YouTube is still getting about 5, I think we're running about 6 subs a day, and that is pretty phenomenal, really. You know, I am small, not doing anything particularly spectacular, and I'm getting that amount of people in a day, so I am really delighted. Welcome everybody along. Really hope you stick around for a while and see what sort of stuff I'm making, and I hope you enjoy what I'm doing. I don't think Ray enjoyed what I was doing. I think I put too many drops in. Sorry, Ray. I'll keep that in mind next time. But anyway, that's me for now. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Have a great week. Stay safe and enjoy whatever you're doing. And I shall see you this time next week.